It's been a while since my first video where I talk about tourist traps in Rome, at least some of the more popular ones. If you haven't watched it, here's a brief summary. Number 1, unauthentic Italian restaurants and their expensive but lousy food. Number 2, food carts overcharging you for basic stuff like selling water for €5. Number 3, people who hand you things or gifts and then demand money from you. Number 4, Roman centurions or gladiators who force you into posing with them and then charge you €20 per picture. Number 5, don't throw your coins in any fountain. If you want to follow the tradition, throw your coins at the TREVI fountain only. So now I have 5 more tourist traps or scams to share so you can be well informed and avoid these bad experiences while in Rome. Since we already had 5, let's start with number 6. Roma Termini helpers. Since the Roman train terminal is crowded with tourists in a rush, it's scammer heaven. Besides pickpockets, which you should be aware about all over Rome, the biggest scam here is the rigged ticket or ATM machines. The way this works is that if you look lost, a helper will approach you. They don't have uniforms, but they will pose as an official helper and direct you to a rigged ticket vending machine. After you buy from one of these rigged ticket machines, they will have your credit card information and you may see suspicious charges as early as the next day. Same thing with some of the ATM machines in the terminal. There are other ways that these helpers try to take advantage of the unsuspecting tourists. They can offer you fake tickets, tours, or if you ask for directions, they'll act as if they work there and take your luggage to your terminal for you, only to demand a tip after. So, if you're unsure about anything, just head straight to the customer service booth and be very alert when a stranger approaches you inside and even outside the terminal. Number 7, the hop-on, hop-off bus. Some people actually like these buses, so I can't completely call them a tourist trap, but they're still worth mentioning as they are far from perfect. The way this works is that for around €28 a day, you take the special open-top red bus that gives you a tour and lets you sightsee as you travel past all the attractions. You're free to get off at any of the landmarks, and once you're done, you can get back on another red bus and continue exploring the city. Sadly, there are many complaints that I have with the service, starting with the fact that they don't really take you to the landmarks. They leave you about 3 or 4 blocks away from the attraction, so it almost feels as if you're taking a regular public bus. But what's worse is that the stops are poorly identified, so it's really easy to get confused or even lost. Then you have to deal with the fact that the hop-on, hop-off buses are not as frequent as other buses. And if you're traveling in a group, there may not be enough seats for everyone, and you may end up having to leave your friends behind. And to top it all off, you're not really getting 24 hours for the price you paid, as these buses only run until around 6 or 7 p.m. But the main reason why I would call this a tourist trap is because of the more convenient alternative, the Roma Pass. For the same amount, €28, you get free public transportation for 48 hours. Plus, you get a free admission to any of the landmarks, like the Colosseum. And you get the fast track option so you don't have to wait hours in line. To top it all, you get discounts on all the other attractions that you choose to see in the 48 hours. It's a no-brainer. Unless you really love open-top buses and people staring at you for being that type of tourist. Number 8, tour guides outside the Colosseum. So you're definitely going to go to the Colosseum, one of the 7 wonders of the world. There is no reason to skip it in your trip. Because you're excited, you decide to have someone more knowledgeable to show you around, and that's a fine choice, depending on where you take it. As soon as you arrive to the Colosseum area, even before you start lining up, you will be approached by many people trying to sell you better and cheaper tickets. They might also offer you a tour and tell you that they can make you skip the line. The truth is you can skip the line with any tour guide. In fact, if you buy your tickets online or have the Roma pass, you can also skip the line that way too. But going with anybody who approaches you outside the Colosseum is very risky, because chances are you'll be stuck having to listen to someone with a hard script and a very thick accent, and not necessarily an Italian one either. There are official tours inside, and depending on how much you want to explore, they can be as cheap as 10 euros. Also, there are many reputable touring companies online that let you buy your ticket and your tour together, so once you arrive, you're set to enjoy. Number 9, fake gelato. Everybody who comes to Rome eats gelato, whether you like ice cream or not. It's just part of the experience. Sadly, about 85% of the gelato served in Rome is fake, made with some powder mix. You're basically eating this. And what's the point? Luckily, you're watching this video and you'll learn how to tell authentic gelato from the fake stuff in 2 simple steps. Look at the metal containers where they have the gelato. The real stuff is never going to be above the level of the surface or the edge of the container. The fake stuff has a lot of air and chemicals that allow it to stand like that for weeks, probably. And real gelato comes in real flavors. It's okay, not all gelato is fake. So if you spot cotton candy, bubble gum, or anything like that, chances are everything is fake, including their natural flavors. Also, the colors have to look natural and earthy, not vibrant or neon. And a quick tip, look for the banana flavor. If it's yellow, run for your life. As we all know, the banana fruit is white or cream colored, not yellow like the peel or the fake stuff they're gonna try to sell you. If you want a recommendation, I went to Gelateria del Teatro, and I can tell you they are as authentic as it gets. Lastly, number 10, souvenir stores. You can find more souvenir stores in Rome than fast food restaurants in New York, and that's saying a lot. And like in other cities, souvenir shop prices are meant to be haggled down. Also, it should go without saying that most of the stuff that you see on display is made in China knockoffs. Basically, things that you can buy anywhere. But it is good to note that for some of the most representative items, like this Tower of Pisa replica, they usually have a made in Italy version for about double the price, sometimes cheaper. I think that there is no point in buying non-authentic Italian souvenirs. You're already in Italy, you might as well spend a few extra bucks and get something more authentic. That's it. Thank you for not getting too bored of our faces and making it to the end. Oh my god. I hope you found this video very informative. Drop me a comment down below and let me know if you found any of these scams while you visited Rome. Don't forget to subscribe for more travel tips and videos. Thanks again for watching. I covered this in my last video, but before I ended this one, I wanted to emphasize how important it is to know and be prepared for this scam.
It's a nice thing, brother, my brother. I'm because very happy that's good. Not only about the rest of Africa. I'm because very happy African people.
My friend and I were stopped by one of the many people greeting you at the popular landmarks. No one is safe, and you will most certainly experience this. They will start a conversation with you and then hand you amulets and other supposedly meaningful things.
Where are you from? Is America?
Texas.
Texas? Is my father live in California? It's 5 years. It's California.
California is nice.
It's 5 years with my father.
Oh, nice. Believe none of what they say. It's just a way to get friendly and then hand you more and more stuff. Obviously, it won't be free as they will ask for a donation at the end.
My country, because white Lares people, African, don't buy the races. And because very happy as good.
Here it comes.
Something donation give you is my family, is because tomorrow go to Africa.
After a lot of talking, I actually counter-scammed him by giving him a sob story of my own and keeping the stuff he gave us. To be honest, I just wanted to leave. But I hear from the locals that most of these people can reach the point of aggression if you don't give them any money. So the best thing to do is not accept anything from them.